Mulish set in the goal, and the Czechs throwing the puck around nicely. Back to Holland. Holland can't trap it in along the blue. Oyanin goes after Holland as Holland takes it for a skate. Pass into neutral ice territory. Kuchera goes in. Oh, shot for the far corner. And Mulish went down as Janechki tries to poke that free. Kiprusoff waits out front. Vercha is there. Oyanin got a piece of it but couldn't clear it away. Janechki back on the attack. Janechki right out front now. Holland takes the shot. Good save. Holland again, and that bobbles away and eventually comes out of the zone, and the Finns go for a quick change. Kadlets on the power play. 3.5 minutes gone. Less than a minute on the penalty. Some good stuff from both teams as they both have come out firing. Jutila is dumped in the corner. And the Czechs working close in on that net, all the way back to the blue line. Kuchera, big shot. Mulish is down, the rebound is there, loose puck comes out front. Mulish blocking a couple of shots, and the Finns now know what it's like to be under pressure. Nieminen gives that away, the far side of the rink. And Jutila gets back into position as the Finns have a quick change. The Czechs do the same.
Power play has given the Czechs a little bit of settling ability here. They seem to have gotten their game together, and they're more relaxed than they were at the drop of the puck.
Some good stuff as Serban got it up to Surson. Eventually Kostak got it forward, and now the penalty has expired. The clock on your TV sets is a few seconds behind the clock in the rink. I don't know why, but Hammerlich gets it up. Baranek slows it down, and Hammerlich is there for the Czech Republic. A long pass up intended for Baranek, and that didn't work. It goes the distance, and a fast, fiery start for both teams. Is he late or is he early?
I don't know. I have no comment about that one. I was just taking a good look at that guy when you caught me off guard there, Paul.
You were trying to think, have I done my Christmas shopping or what? Why am I here? They don't have the World Championships before Christmas. Maybe that's the only outfit the kids got.
Christmas, birthdays are all the same. I missed my wife's birthday last 3 or 4 years doing this job.
From behind the net, the Czechs now up onto the right side. Both teams coming out fast here, getting some good opportunities. Laukkanen hammers that around the boards. It comes all the way back to 27 Metjar. Bouncing into the far corner. Laukkanen finds himself over there. Can't get it up to Makela. Eventually it bounces for Makela. Helmanen working in front. Makela right across. Briza went down. A loose puck is picked up in the corner, and it's brought up quickly. The chance. Mulish steers that away. Zemlichka goes quickly into the corner. Kapanen calling for it. It doesn't come his way. Kapanen breaks up front as Alatalo picks it up for Finland. Kiprusov backtracks, headmans the puck, and a long pass right up to the blue line. This is nice stuff from both teams. They're finding the mark. Janechki lets that one ride and gives it off to Kuchera. Kuchera bangs it off the backboards, and the Czechs under a little pressure now as Paolo goes in deep. Both teams at times looking for that quick break to send someone free. Still no score in this, the first period. Live on Eurosport. Kadlets from his own red line up to the hash marks. A little tip up. Janechki takes a swipe, and Paolo, or Alatalo rather, goes in. Poland hammers him into the woodwork. Janechki looks for places to go, feeds it up on the left wing. Kuchera is the intended receiver on that one. That didn't happen. And we have an offside whistle on the play.
Stromberg again throwing his muscle around. Big chop at the center red line. Stromberg's not happy enough with that. Delivers another one. The crowd reacts. They want a penalty. All they get out of it is an offside call.
Yukatami, the backup goaltender for the Finns, looks on from the bench. Face-off in neutral ice territory as Dopita gets set. Dopita. Serban. Flipped all the way into the zone. Jutila goes back, the captain for Finland. 31 years old, ex-Buffalo. Up to Laukkanen. Laukkanen. A little tap over the far side. Makala. Curry cruises, picks it up with the hash marks. Curry drops it back. That dribbles off a skate. Curry was the intended receiver on that one, and it didn't happen. Now the Czechs have the puck in neutralized territory. Long pass up to Surson. Surson and Laukkanen collide. Collide again as Nieminen goes in deep. This is good hockey. I like it already, and it's just started. A loose puck in the circle is chopped high. That goes over the flexi. That'll be a souvenir for someone. And what a difference between this game and the last one. Whether they can keep the pace up, whether they want to keep the pace up is a different story. But already we're seeing a couple of very classy teams out there.
Quality hockey at both ends of the ice. Each team is quick. They also move the puck so nicely together. But both teams are aware that they've got to get back. Nobody's hanging around once the play breaks down. They're getting back in numbers, and they're making sure that they don't give up a goal by being caught out of position.
From the face-off, that goes all the way back deep into the zone. Metjar starts it back quickly up onto the side, gives it over to Hammerlich. He can't get that, and the Czech forwards come all the way back to support, going quickly down the ice. Shot from a sharp angle, working out front was 23 Horak. It didn't come his way. Another shot comes in, that's deflected away. And the Finns now trying to get it out of the zone, and they do. Peltonen on the backhander. Breeza goes up and gloves it down.
An awkward one for Breeza. He's forced to hang on. Puck coming up quickly. Lichka, not liking the Finnish players getting anywhere near the net, takes exception as the Finns carried on the backhand. Number 16, Peltonen lets it go. Breeza doesn't like what he sees at all as the white shirts are coming his way. He holds on, creating a whistle in the Czech Republic zone.
You can see how quickly they pair up when something like that happens, and it's a good thing for youngsters to watch. You always, when the shot is taken, take your man. Don't stand around with nothing to do out there. Loose puck is picked up, and the Czechs now back on the attack. A 2-on-1 break, and not a great pass, intercepted in neutralized territory. Coming back quickly is Kapanen, right out front, and I really do feel he could have made more of that. Kuchera goes after Hämäläinen. Hämäläinen forced to dump it in, and the Czechs now under a little pressure in their own zone. That's trapped at the blue line by Nieminen. Kapanen was there, and the whistle blows.
Good quick line changes are going to be a key in this game. Both teams have a good bench. They've got a number of players they can use, and it's going to be important that they use those players. Nobody needs to be a hero. The transition game is so important, offense to defense or in reverse. Either way, both of these teams can turn it on in a hurry.
Ojanen gets it all the way back, and Jutila is there for Finland. Jutila with Laukkanen. Long pass is too far for anyone, and eventually Serban realizes that it's not going to be an icing call, and he skates back in a hurry. Serban, pass up onto the right wing. Surson has problems. Some good stuff from the Finns as they work hard in the neutral zone. Surson taken right off the puck, and again Surson takes the chop. 2-on-3 situation. Big shot coming in, and Breeza eventually gets that as it bounces off the woodwork. But Ojanen let that fly from a distance, but why not?
Not a bad try, letting it go. Breeza having the view of it. I was just about to say, things are getting rough off the puck as well, as Paolo got rid of the puck. He was really manhandled and driven into the boards by Kuchera. Metjar grabbed along behind the net as Nieminen and Makala do some forechecking out there for the Finns. Kiprusov with that wrist shot right on the target. And again, Finns and Czechs come face to face. Remember during the Olympics, Kiprusov
who spends a lot of time on the ice. He's on the power play, he's killing penalties. He lets go of the shot, and it's never a rocket of a shot like we saw earlier today with Svensson or Kenneth Kenholt. He lets go a shot that's almost a knuckleball, and he causes goaltenders no end of problems.
Absolutely, and as Brisa handled the puck, Makala is not the easiest guy to take out around the front of the goal. The Czechs had their hands full with him.
Dolezal was waiting out front as Horak tried to bring that through. Zemlichka now cruises out. Rusinski goes after his man as that's batted down. Rusinski gets the pass after Hammerlich did the job right on the red line. Kiprasov takes his man out of the play. Mulish sends that puck down the ice. Hammerlich. Little drop pass back, and the Czechs try to get it out of the zone. Some good forechecking by the Finns in the early stages of this one. Kuchera circles back, the shot coming in for Hämäläinen, and that's trapped just outside the blue line. The Finns take it right back in. Hämäläinen unable to get that at the top of the circle. And Janecki was unlucky not to be able to get that out. Right in front! And that's in the net! Lehtinen did a great job of getting that puck over to Koivu. Koivu and Lehtinen causing all sorts of problems for Brisa. Goal number 1 for Finland.
Hämäläinen, the defenseman, getting involved in the play as the puck was allowed to stay within the Czech Republic zone. From there, it was going to be a struggle. Nice pass to the front of the net. Number 20 trying to tee it up is Lehtinen. He carries on fighting for it. Koivu's around the front of the goal. The Czechs aren't aware of where the puck is. There's no way that Brisa could clear it. He is down and out of the play. Kadlec tries to play goaltender. That doesn't work. The Finns have the first goal of the game.
From the face-off now, Servan cranks it over to the near side. And back come the Czechs in a hurry. A long shot by Kuchera. Surson goes in hard. Surson muscled out of the play and kicks it over to the far side. The shot coming from the edge of the circle. Mulish is there, and back come the Finns. On the attack, Jutila, the big defenseman, finds himself forward. Curry couldn't hang on to that, and Jutila has to get back on the puck at the blue line. Kiprasov, the wrist shot is upstairs. Brisa got a piece of that and sent it up onto the meshing, and when it hits that meshing, the whistle blows. So 1-0 the score here in the first period. The Finns jumping on that loose puck at the side of the net with Peltonen. Koivu was there, and Lehtinen, all three of them buzzing around that goal. Brisa with the outstretched arms couldn't hang on to it. Ojanen in the face-off circle. That's left there for Palo. Ojanen now from close in. Alatalo fanned on it as he tried to get the shot away, and back on the attack. Long shot. Janecki lets it fly. Comes up to Palo. Palo can't grab that from Zemlichka. Now Palo has it. Palo starts it up. Ojanen on the left wing. Ojanen takes his time, waits for a little support. Ojanen in the corner. Palo is circling with Alatalo out there too. Alatalo chases after it. Big hit on Hammerlich. Loose puck in the circle, eventually picked up by the Czechs, and they come back on the attack. 3 men hitting the line. Shot. Baranek got a piece of it. The rebound is there. Zemlichka right out front. And Rusinski was camped there too. Neither one of the 3 forwards for the Czech Republic could put it away. Alatalo, a weak shot, goes into the far corner. And both teams having their share of pressure out there. Zemlichka calls for it along the boards as Ojanen looks tired. Ojanen skates off the ice, and the Czechs, well, that's going to be a dive. From this angle anyway, whistle blows, and it was a nice try. I'd say about a 3.8 though.
Oh, that one exactly right. And I'm going to give you a credit. Alatalo and Paolo, why do they play them on the same line? That's a mouthful. You were really doing a good job with those two giving passes back and forth to each other. We'll have to complain to the management about that one. Zemlichka dumped earlier. The referee, the Canadian referee, just letting things go. Both teams playing a good physical game.
Janechki hit hard in the corner as Makala delivers that into neutralized territory. Icing is the call. The pass a couple of strides ahead of Jari Kurri goes the distance. 1-0 the score. The Finns leading the Czechs, but this one is far from over. This is a good hockey game with a lot of physical stuff, and it's only game one for these teams. Day one here in the World Ice Hockey Championships in Italy.
Finns have got a point to prove. They got so much media attention during the Olympic Games as they were running away with their early contests. They couldn't pull it off against the Swedes when the big game came around. They ended up having to fight for the bronze medal. They're in this tournament trying to improve upon their 7th place finish of last year.
Stromberg gets it up to Makala, and that pass is floated into neutralized territory. The Czechs back on the attack now, trying to get something going in neutralized territory, but as you can see, it's really close checking. Pass right up the middle, and the Finns now, 2-3 players with Kurri giving it to Makala. Makala elects just to float it in. Kadlec goes back for the Czech Republic. Janechki cruises out front with Kadlec starting it up slowly on the right side through the circle. Rink-wide pass. Peltonen goes after his man. The Czechs hit the red line and just fire it in deep. Coming back on the attack, Koivu. Nice little pass up. Koivu works well. Breezer goes down. It's going to be a penalty on the play. Kuchera picks himself up. And the Canadian referee gets his chance to get into the action out there. Cooking is the call.
Before the game, we were talking of Makala, Niemann, and Kurri being the big line, but Peltonen and Koivu are possessed in this first period. These guys are just hungry for goals. They're all over the net. Lehtinen, number 20, the third member of that line, getting involved as well. These guys are applying relentless pressure on the Czech goal.
Cooking the call, and Kiprasov goes deep. Peltonen up on the right wing. Koivu gets the short pass and breaks over on the right wing. Takes a big shot from Kastak, and that's golfed away. Lehtinen couldn't keep his stick on it. Peltonen goes deep again as Mulish leaves it there for Virta. Virta for Finland. Koivu at center. Koivu now on the right wing. A slow build-up. 1, 2, 3, 4 Finns hit the blue line, and that doesn't work for them. Coming back on the attack, Gopita couldn't do anything with the puck, and that shot all the way back to the Czech blue line. The Czechs want to waste time with this. Kastak has got the right idea, finds the opening. The Czechs go for a change, and they'll be happy with what they're doing so far. Jari Kurri, little move, took himself out of the play. Hämäläinen tidies up nicely. Poland goes in behind the goal. Kurri is there. Hämäläinen, the big defenseman, well up over the red line, and that shot all the way down the ice. Mulish, rink-wide pass, good stuff from him. Baranek goes after his man. Ojanen is there. Chopped rather by Baranek. Kurri goes in to try to take him out of the play, and the Czechs are doing a great job of killing off this penalty. Hämäläinen circles, throws it up the middle. 5 minutes remaining on the period. 1-0 the score. The Finns are leading this. They have a power play. Mulish well out of his cage as the Finns go for another change and bring it up slowly through center ice. Janechki looking to go after Hämäläinen. Helminen goes in after his man, and that's shot away. And again, we're seeing some good stuff as Holland steps back on the ice for the Czech Republic. Makala has number 14, Helminen, free on the far wing, or the near wing rather, but that didn't work. Janecki just slides it back onto the D. Kadlec trying to do it all himself as he's upended hard into the boards by Laukkanen. Laukkanen really put the muscle on him. Big pass up the middle now, and the Finns now suffer a little in the neutral zone. This is good.
Both teams are really throwing their weight around.
Sursen got it from Kadlec. Sursen goes up against Lehtinen. Good steal. Koivu is in front. Lehtinen. Koivu couldn't get the good shot on goal. Breeze went across, and Koivu, no real pressure on it. Kiprusoff, no meat on that shot at all as Lehtinen rides interference for Peltonen. Koivu was back there. Koivu and Peltonen and Lehtinen buzzing around that goal, and the Czechs shoot it down the ice. Kiprusoff back in a hurry for the Finns. Quick pass up to Virta. Virta slides it in deep. And another change for both of these teams as the Czechs come up slowly with Zemlichka. Zemlichka, rink-wide pass, a little high for Rusinski. Varanek, shot, Mulish makes the save.
The Czechs had completed their change. The Finns found themselves a little bit desperate for a whistle. They'll be happy to take the icing call, and now they can get fresh bodies out onto the ice.
A lot of familiar names back from the Olympics. If you watched the Olympics on Eurosport a couple of months ago, both teams have several players who have elected to return and play for their national teams, despite having played long seasons, either in Europe or in the National Hockey League, and some have gone through playoffs. And it really is good to see that these guys have made the effort to get back. Varanek from the face-off. Ripped that one at Mulish, but Mulish on the short side hung on.
Draws are ever so important, especially as the period wears on. Varanek very quick on the draw.
From the draw again, it's Varanek who gets it back. Shot comes in from number 7, Roman Hammerlick. That took a deflection onto the hash marks, and the Finns get it out of the zone and start to work through neutral ice territory. Hammerlick. Zemlichka back to Hammerlick. Little head manning of the puck as the Czechs hit the blue line. 1, 2, 3 players coming forward. This is, oh, and the shot just wide of the target by Varanek. A nice little backhanded move. Varanek sidesteps a check, working with Zemlichka. Zemlichka now back behind the goal, waiting for something to happen. Rusinski muscles. Laukkanen goes in hard. Rusinski and Ojanin pair off, and this guy Laukkanen really can get physical when he has to. But how about that move by Varanek?
Great individual effort by Josef Varanek, walking right through the Finnish defense. Not quite sure what to do with the puck when he got in on top of the goal. Excellent move. He's through Laukkanen. He's in. He's trying to get a handle on the puck. Has to look at it just momentarily and directs his backhander wide of the goal.
Yuri Kuchera gets set for the face-off. Helminen bats that into the corner. And the clearance doesn't go out as far as the blue line, and the Czechs continue to apply a little pressure. Helminen backhands it only as far as the blue line, and the Finns struggle for a moment anyway. 1-0 still the score. The Finns leading the Czech Republic. Less than 2 minutes to play in the first period, and what a fast period it's been. Janecki slides it forward. Holland takes the shot. Mulish is there. Virta being shadowed by Kuchera, and the Finns happy just to flip it out of the zone down the ice. Kadlec drops it back. Another slow, deliberate build-up as the Czechs move forward. A long pass right through. Shot. Mulish is there. And the Canadian referee calling slashing on the play.
What an effort by Yuri Kuchera, taking that pass at the blue line, An excellent job of controlling the puck to begin with. He walks right in on Mulic. The Finns trying to get back desperately. The slash is put on by Hämäläinen, and the Czechs will have a power play. What an effort, though, by number 14, Kuchera.
Some excellent individual skills from both teams. Voronek a moment ago and Kuchera. And we've seen some good stuff from Koivu, Lehtinen, Peltonen. Laukkanen golfs that all the way down to Grise. Serban kicks it out of his skate, hits the blue, and elects to go back with Lehtinen all over his shoulder. Serban once again for the Czech Republic. A little tap forward, drop back to Serban, who feeds it up into neutral ice territory. A little give and go, and that's cleared all the way down the ice.
Good defense by the Finns, the forward doing his job, not allowing the Czechs to take their time and set it up. They're putting a lot of pressure on the Czechs.
Serban fed that through to Voronek. Voronek hits the blue line, throws it in deep. The Czechs trying to set it up. If they can settle, Berta spins his man around. Kiprasov couldn't get a handle on it. Comes back to Mechiar. Mechiar feeds it into the corner. Mechiar wants it once again. Voronek took the shot. Kiprasov got in front of it, but Mechiar was there back at the blue line. Time for perhaps one shot. Mulic is right there from a sharp angle. It comes out from behind. Kiprasov steered it away. Kiprasov doing a great job of keeping that puck from out in front of the goal. Still not away. The shot comes in, but the buzzer goes to end the first period, and what an excellent first period it was. The Finns coming up with the only goal. Peltonen there at the side of the net to make it 1-0.
Good action right to the buzzer. The Czechs with that power play opportunity, moving the puck around nicely. The Finns that time tried to stack the blue line, and once the Czechs got into the zone, they really did a good job of setting things up.
A lot of hockey to go, and from what we've seen so far, well, I've been impressed.
Good hockey, both teams going at it, end-to-end action. The bodies have been taken. We've seen good physical play, but the quickness of both of these teams and the skill and class of the individuals, the pass work, it's great hockey.
So the only goal coming from a Finnish stick in the first 20 minutes of hockey, but we still have 40 miles of hockey out there, as they would say, 40 miles of bad road to go, 40 minutes. As Janecki goes off along with Kadlec, we're going to go off for a minute or two, so join us in a moment. Welcome back. We are live on Eurosport with ice hockey action from the World Ice Hockey Championships in Italy. Paul Ferguson here with Richard Beaupre. We're waiting for the Finns and the Czech Republic to come out on the ice. 1-0 the score, the Finns leading the Czechs on that goal by Peltonen in the first period. And it's been an excellent period of hockey. If this is an indication of what's to come over the next 2 weeks, well, I'm going to stay around. I have no choice.
I was just going to say, it isn't optional, Paul. You will be here, and you will enjoy it.
Well, today we saw the Swedes and the Norwegians come to a 3-3 conclusion. Italy against Canada is on at present. Right now we're watching the Finns and the Czechs. Austria, Germany later on tonight, and France against USA. A whole basket full of hockey games. Most of them will be seen on Eurosport, and for the next 2 weeks we're going to bring you 1, 2, 3, sometimes even more than 3 if that's possible, games a day. We will pre-record the games when we can't do them live and show them later in the evening or in the afternoon, whenever we can fit them in with the schedule here at Eurosport. So stick with us. In some countries you can't watch World Championship ice hockey on any other channel, which is a pity, but for us that's great. So stay with us on Eurosport. We'll be showing you teams that you haven't seen before, like Great Britain tomorrow when they take on the Russians. The Brits against the Russians. What will the Brits do against the might of the big red machine? We're still waiting for the Finns and the Czechs to come out, but folks, your feelings on that first period?
Good hockey played by both teams. They set their power plays up well. The Finns are going to be shorthanded at the start of this second period. I like the way the Czechs have bounced back. When the Finns started playing the body, the Czechs took the body themselves. It's been a physical contest, but great transition game, a great transition game that is being played by both sides. As soon as it breaks down defensively, the other team has got to react because the offense is so quick coming at them.
Between the periods, you mentioned that you like the way Kiprusoff, who's just taking a seat on the bench, plays when he's killing off, well, you like the way he plays, but in particular when he's killing off penalties.
He's an excellent safety-minded defenseman. He just does the right things. He gets the puck out of the zone. And on the other side, with the Czech Republic, we mentioned that number 12 between the periods, you're talking about Kamil Kasak, seemed a little bit silent, but he's another guy that when the Czechs were shorthanded, he was out there killing penalties, and he did an excellent job. He just took the puck when he could, where he could, dumped it down, got the Czechs out of any kind of trouble, and that's what it's all about. It's a team sport, and everybody's got to do their job when they're called upon.
Varanek has looked good. We expected that he would be a lot sharper than we've seen him in the past. After having spent some time with Philadelphia, Kuchera is flying out there. And on defense, Kadlec, Serban, Hammerlich, Kuchera are all looking very, very strong. Breeza between the pipes. So the Czechs are looking set to go far in this competition as they come back on the ice. The Finns already on the ice and on the bench are predicted by some to go even further, but that remains to be seen. It's early days. It's day one in the competition, so anything can happen. And if you just joined us, something or anything did happen earlier on. The Norwegians and the Swedes tied at 3 apiece, and I know I keep repeating that, but people do keep joining us throughout the day. It's a weird time, a Monday afternoon, to have a hockey game, and people are coming home from work, and they do like to know what has happened earlier on in the day, and we'll try to keep you updated. We're getting set now as the Canadian referee calls the teams together for the start of the second period. The Czechs playing from right to left, trail by 1, and they have the power play right now. Poland just tips it into the zone, and that's fired all the way down the ice. Makala gets back there. It's shot along by Breeza to Holland. Less than 30 seconds on the power now. Curry on the far side of the rink. Jutila wants it, grabs it, finds an opening, and shoots it down the ice. Curry goes for a break, and the Czechs aren't going to do anything on this power play.
Finns will have successfully killed it off, and they really got off to a quick start in the first period. It'll be interesting to see what they do now that they're back at full strength early in this second.
Peltonen lost control of that. The Finns, as you said, both are back at full strength. A little tap forward. Kuchera has Janecki out front. These two worked wonders during the Olympics. Can they do it during the World Championships here in Italy? Kiprusoff all over his man as that bounces into the high slot area. Koivu taps it up. Koivu with Peltonen and Lehtinen. Stolen there by Kuchera. Kuchera up on the left side. Bounces off a skate. Peltonen. Koivu was manhandled along the boards by Serban gets rid of it. Peltonen goes in hard, and they're certainly not holding back. A little drop pass there by Dolpita. The dump in the corner by Verta on Surson doesn't impress the referee. Hämäläinen fires that up into neutralized territory, and again the teams change quickly. Kuchera, František Kuchera that is. There's a Yuri Kuchera out there too. Hämäläinen moves right in. Breeza comes out of the net. Hämäläinen was allowed to walk right in on goal.
Hämäläinen was given the whole slot area. It was a 3-on-2 basically, and the two Czechs that were back went to the other two players. Hämäläinen had a lot of time.
Kept in nicely on the corner, but the Czechs come up with this one and slow it down, rattle it off the plexi, but not out of the zone. Kapanen tries to find an opening in the slot area. That took a deflection. Hämäläinen just shoots it right back in. The Finns and the Czechs going for a change as Serban collects the loose puck behind the net. Up onto the left wing, through neutralized territory, all the way down, and icing is the call as the Finns pick up their game a little here in the second period. 1-0 the score. They lead it over to the Czech Republic.
Kuchera on the defense for the Czech Republic stayed out on the ice a long time. He was desperate for a line change. It became obvious as once or twice the Finns had a man standing behind him around the front of the Czech goal. I'm sure that Kuchera will get a few words of wisdom from the coach when he gets to the bench on that one.
Baranek against Ojanen. Ojanen gets it back. Jutila. The wrist shot is not a powerful one, but that's not what he was trying to do. He was looking to direct that towards the nets and possibly get a deflection. It didn't happen, but there was a lot of traffic in front of Bryza. Bryza slows it down. Hammerlich. Baranek overskates that, gets the pass over to the far side, and Baranek now working with Zemlichka and Rusinski. Shot off the plexi. And frozen down in Finnish territory, and we'll have another change of personnel and a face-off.
The sound of the boards rattling is for real. Believe me, as soon as the players get rid of the puck, they are being finished off by the opponent.
Much better crowd for this game than the first one between Sweden and Norway. And as I said, I predict that the crowds will grow as this tournament gathers momentum. Kuchera. Dolezal swipes at that. It bounces off a skate, and the Finns try to get it out. Holland couldn't stop it. Picks it up in neutralized territory up on the wing. Dolezal. Little pass in the high slot area, and Mulish got over quickly. Dolezal working now in front of the net, looking for a pass from Kuchera. Kuchera trying to work his way in front. He's muscled out of the play, and Kiprasov picks it up in the corner, flips it high to Jari Kurri, and that deflects away. Virta has to go back. Virta with Nieminen breaking on the wing. Nieminen looking for the pass, not a great clearance there, and a chance now for Janecki. The shot coming in, deflected away off of skates. The Czechs continue to apply a little pressure. Kuchera taken off the puck. Kuchera still out there. Runs into trouble first with Kiprasov and then Nieminen. Holland doing a good job of keeping that puck in at the blue line, and the Finns have slowed down tremendously here in the second period.
Holland holding the blue line in, it worked for a while, but as the Finns broke out of the zone, Nieminen was banging his stick on the ice, calling for the puck. He was gone if that puck had gotten to him quicker. He was just offsides on the play.
Face-off in neutralized territory with Topita trying to get it back. Lehtinen, Koivu, all the way back onto the D. Stromberg muscled out of the play, but the Finns get it as far as the blue. Bounce off the boards to Hämäläinen. Another whistle on the plate. Serban having words with the officials about that call.
Delayed offside, delayed by about a day and a half. All players on the ice having a few words for the linesman.
From the face-off, that bobbles into Czech territory. Kuchera wants it on the left wing and gets it. Kuchera taps it forward, and again offside as Kamil Kostak picked up the puck just over the wrong side of the blue line, but the idea was right. A nice mixture of nationalities in that crowd with the Norwegians, the Finns, some Czechs. It really is nice to see. And I can tell you that he may be finished, but he's not a natural blonde. Laukkanen working hard. Laukkanen with the shot. Another shot coming in, and neither one of them reached Bryza. Some good defensive stuff as the Czechs try to bring it out and do. Coming up quickly. Little pass up to Baranek. Baranek being steered out of the play by Jutila. Kapanen picks up the puck, puts it on the wing, and the Finns get it as far as the red line. A chance. Kapanen going in on himself. Oh, Bryza! Zemlichka picks it up. Kapanen was there, but so is Bryza. Rusinski. Jutila takes that chop at him, and Kapanen had a golden opportunity to make it 2 for Finland. Rusinski the shot. Mulish goes down. Jutila goes in hard on Rusinski. Helminen floats that behind the goal. Varanek goes after it, and Kapanen goes for a rest as that goes down the ice. And both teams change their complete line.
Once again, both goalies called upon. Great opportunity for Kapanen, who hasn't seen a lot of ice. He's in behind the Czech defense all by himself. Goes to the backhand. Bariza gets the stick out, has a touch, and deflects the puck wide of the goal. Immediately going the other way, a good stick side save made by Mulish, kept the puck out of the Finnish goal.
From the face-off, Janecki unable to get it, but eventually the last moment got the tip to it. Holland fires it in, deflection. And Mulish had to be sharp on that. In neutralized territory, the Finns with Alatalo dropping it back. Alatalo, the return pass. This is nice from Finland. Ojanen is breaking on the right side. Holland got back on Alatalo, and that's a giveaway there as the Czechs pick it up. Kadlec, long pass up to the blue line. That bobbles through and over Kuchera's head. Back to Kuchera. Kuchera's brought down. Alatalo brings Kuchera down, and he makes the most of that.
Well, people involved with the Calgary Stampede would have been proud of that one. He roped him, pulled him down onto the ice. Kuchera not taking a dive there. The Finns in the penalty box. Alatalo going hard one way, back checking just as hard the other way, gets the hook in on Kuchera and brings him down.
Kuchera was off to the races. Alatalo and Vorta were chasing. Slammed out of the zone, and the Czechs now with Serban will start things up. Surson leaves it for Serban. Surson breaks up on the right wing. Serban puts the puck up on the left wing. Stopped right at the blue line. Kastak lays that nicely for Hämäläinen, who gets rid of it in a hurry. One or two shifts up and down the ice, and these guys are off. It's warm, and it's a long couple of weeks. The shot coming right in the target. Dopita made something out of nothing as he broke in. Kuchera again. His pass is not a great one to Surson. Surson puts it behind the goal, but Hämäläinen is there. Dopita delivers that right into the slot. Back to Dopita. Kuchera wants it back, and it doesn't come his way. Lehtinen gets it out of the zone, and here come the Finns with a 2-on-2 situation. Koivu goes for a little skate. Nice pass by Koivu. And the Finns with Lehtinen kill off this penalty as they keep it deep in Czech territory. Jutila, long rink-wide pass. Rusinski goes after his man and labels him into the boards. And Bariza has to get it out to take it away from Kapanen. Coming up to the final 30 seconds of the penalty. Varanek is stopped, but he gets the pass away. The return pass is not a great one, and the Czechs are making a pig's ear of this power play.
And going for a change in a hurry.
Whatever that means, pig's ear. I don't know, I picked it up somewhere. Long pass through by Hammerlich. Zemlichka, the intended receiver. Zemlichka goes in, picks it up, trying to get it away from 14 Helminen. That doesn't work, and again, the Czechs have to go deep into their own zone. Back on the ice, the Finns are back at full strength. Alatalo back in the shift, coming right up onto the red line, the blue line. Rusinski, the shot right in there, the rebound goes up, he scores, Zemlichka!
Good finish by the Czechs, and they're on the board. Bit of a funny thing to say, a finish by the Czechs. Caught myself on that one, Paul. I know you were going to come up with it and throw it right back at me. It doesn't matter. Zemlichka has the equalizing goal. Great effort. The Czechs celebrate on the bench. This could get them going. Great effort by number 24, Martin Rusinski. We've seen some good individual stuff from these Czech players. Zemlichka follows in on the rebound, and he drives it upstairs for the tying goal. First shot, first save. The second shot is a goal for Zemlichka.
Virtually impossible for Mulish to control that rebound. The shot was upstairs from so close in for him. It could have bounced either way, but it bounced right out front for Zemlichka. Good goal for the Czechs, and it's now a level game out there all the way along the blue line. Kadlec takes that on the wrong side of the blue line, has to come deep into his own zone, being shadowed by Makla and Curry. Makla doing a good job of giving the Czech defense a hard time. Curry taking it deep into his own zone. Kuchera goes one way, and the Finns with Curry feeding it up to Nieminen. Nieminen taking off the puck in neutral ice. Verta, long clearance, gets that away from Dolezal. Kadlec, a little hit on Makla. Makla still wants that at the hash marks, puts it through to the circle, can't get the shot away, and here come the Czechs over the blue line. Two Czechs, two Finns. Nieminen's getting back in there. Stromberg is there. Big hit on the boards. Stromberg with Janecki going hard into the woodwork. Was doing a good job of back checking. Kastek fired it to the far side, and the Czechs coming back with Kastek. Kastek trying to get it up onto the wing. That didn't work. Koivu loses out. Sursen is there. Sursen goes in. Mulish goes down. It's in! The red light goes on. Mulish thought he had it. Sursen lost control of that for a second. And so did Mulish.
I don't know how Sursen managed to stay with that puck, but he did. He couldn't have done a better job with a lacrosse stick. Great stuff from Sursen. A giveaway by Koivu. Sursen can't get much on the first shot. He stays with it. Mulish can see it. He sees Sursen. He sees the puck, but he can't do anything about it as the puck hits him in the chest and goes into the goal. First shot is nothing. The second one is the winner, though. 2-1, the Czechs on top right now. A good comeback after the first period going to the Finns.
Never say die attitude there with Sursen powering his way to the goal, and when he's virtually on the red line, still shooting at the goaltender. Laukkanen working with Jutila, elects to go to Curry. Curry puts it right in front, and it's picked up, and back comes Curry. Curry with a burst of speed. Good moves on the backhand side, and number 27, Mechar, stays right with him. Rusinski goes after his man. The Finns being out-hustled for the moment anyway by the Czechs. Baranek squeezed out of the play, but somehow got the pass away. Rusinski circles with a lot of time. Mechar winding up, looking for the one-timer that didn't come his way. He had the pistol cranked, ready to let it go from the top of the slot. A little tip through to Kuchera. Kuchera drops it back. The shot, Kuchera, the shot again, and Kuchera thought he had one there as Mulish was down. An excellent spell coming from the Czechs here in the second period. 2-1 now, with the Czechs leading the Finns, and all the Czech damage being done here in the second period.
The Finns really feeling the heat, forced to ice the puck and try and regroup. You can see what a goal can do for a team. The Czechs couldn't get anything past Mulish in the first period. They've put two by him in this period. It certainly has gotten them off and running. They're really coming at the Finns now.
Face off deep in Finnish territory with Kuchera stepping into the circle. Kuchera wins that, gets it all the way back to Holland. Holland on the backhand side, the shot! And Mulish is there to kick it away. Paulo tried to feed that through, it didn't work. Kuchera hangs on to the puck through the neutral zone and gets it back into his own zone. A rink-wide pass up to Holland. Holland stops on the red line. Kuchera was the intended receiver, that didn't work. Ojanen for Finland. Little tap up to Stromberg. Paulo couldn't get a handle on it, and the Czechs elect to just fire it off the plexi, and that doesn't work. And we'll have another face-off on the play, and it'll give the teams a chance to change up their lines, and boy do they need it. These guys are going at quite a pace out there. Nieminen into the face-off circle. Jutila quickly gets it over to the far side. The wrist shot comes in, and Brise, well, Brise really didn't need to do that. He could have got himself into hot water, that's for sure. But Brise hangs on for the face-off, and the referee says, cool it. Far side now, Dopita against Nieminen. Dopita wins that contest. Serban with less than 8 minutes on the period. Kostak couldn't hang on to that. Jutila fires it through a crowd. That goes in the corner. Nieminen is double teamed. Serban is there with Dopita. Nieminen trying to go after this. Serban coming out quickly. Curry reached out, couldn't get a stick on it, and the Czechs happy just to flip it into the corner. Kostak goes in, tries to get a stick on that as it went behind the net. Dopita unable to slow it down. The Finns now back on the attack. Curry taking a push into the boards as Nieminen works with Curry behind the goal. Serban, Kostak are there. Makala, everyone seems to be behind that net. Nieminen, Curry waiting out front in the slot. The pass didn't come his way. Brise went down. Virta picks it up. The pass right up to the bench, and the Finns back on the attack. Everyone breaking for that goal. From a sharp angle, Nieminen let it fly, or Lettinen rather let it fly from close in. Peltonen. Kuchera is hit hard, and now the Finns are picking up their game. They're starting to throw their weight around. It's in the net! Koivu from behind the net puts it in the net.
Again, Lettinen, Peltonen, Koivu. Koivu making up for the mistake that he just made earlier to allow the Czechs to have a goal. It isn't the greatest of goals, but they all count. Koivu trying to find Lettinen in front of the net. Brise doesn't know where the puck is. It's off a skate, one of his own player skates, Kuchera in fact, and it's in the goal for Finland.
For a moment there, Brise was wondering what all the fuss was about.
He realized that when he was pulling the puck out of the back of the net.
2-2. Definitely not one of the best goals that Koivu will ever score, but he'll take it. Veranek puts it over. Big shot. Mulish goes upstairs and grabs it down.
Mulish had the sights all the way for that one. Got the big glove hand up. He'll hold on. The faceoff will stay in the Finnish territory. But for a kid like Koivu, Paul, we just said that wasn't the greatest of goals. But when you're young, even if you are a star, when you make a mistake, you want to make amends as quickly as possible. And they all count. He's just made up for the goal he gave away earlier, so he's a happy kid sitting on the bench now.
Nieminen. Shot coming in. Kapanen takes the shot, and Brise makes the save. Meciar with Kapanen on his tail. Meciar gets it up to the blue line. This is turning into one heck of a game. Going right in on goal now. Rusinski! End-to-end stuff. A moment ago, it looked like the Finns may make it 3, and then Rusinski found some space and put it beyond Mulish.
Top class action. Both teams with plenty of players who can stick the puck in the net. This time it's the Czechs' turn. Excellent move by Rusinski, and he puts the puck behind Mulish. Goes right, comes back left, keeps it on the forehand. Mulish has a crack at it, but it isn't going to be enough, and the Czechs quickly go back out into a 3-2 lead.
Jutila from the face-off at center. Serban, a giveaway there, and the Finns working behind that net. Alatalo, Ojanen. Dolezal going after his man. Dolezal picks it up, finds an opening. Good control there by Kuchera. Kuchera batted that down, but he gets a rough ride from Laukkanen. Dolezal and Kuchera and Janecki, three familiar names with the Czech Republic, working well out there here in the second period. Dolezal, Kuchera to the far side. Kuchera breaking in on the right side now. Jutala takes him out of the play nicely as he cut back in, and the Finns started up on the right side. Long pass through center. Right in front, and Breeza was there. Curry was gunning for goal.
The Finns open the play up and have a good chance of their own. This is excellent hockey. Kuchera going one way. You got Makala and Curry going the other way.
Berta hitting the red line. Curry spun around just a little. The shot comes in. Breeza goes down. The net off its moorings. And these teams are definitely not afraid to shoot. No one's waiting for that perfect shot on goal. Curry just kind of laid that one off. As we look at this at a reverse angle. And Alatalo fed it through.
Nice pass from Alatalo. Curry had a touch, but couldn't get much control of it. If you think these guys aren't hungry or tough or trying to go for the net, take a look at that one. The net came flying off.
3-2 the score. The Czechs leading as Kastak goes in against Berta. Berta squeezes it over. Surson is there. He takes a swipe at it. Kiprasov couldn't get on that one. Berta now. Kiprasov up to Makala. Makala has problems with that as it was tipped away from him and goes over the boards. And so we'll have a face-off just outside the blue line. What a game this has turned out to be. It's still only the second period. Czechs out to prove to everyone that they should have had a medal during the Olympics. Koivu. Finns, of course, picked up that bronze with the Swedes and the Canadians getting the other medals. Hammerleck. Hammerleck. Koivu tries to get it out front. Loose puck is there. And again, Breeza comes under fire. That crossbar came down on his helmet. And you can see how quickly his teammates reacted to get that net off his head. And I don't blame them. That thing weighs a ton. But watch this for action.
Tough, and it's furious around the front of the goal. It's actually number 27, Mechiar, who's trying to get away from the net, who knocks it off its moorings. The net does come crashing right down on Petra Breeza.
Good move before the net came down by Breeza to deflect the pass out by Koivu. That's something that most goaltenders don't do when they're very young. They figure they just have to be shot at. But hey, if your man is behind the net, then you got to stop those passes from coming out in front of the net. Breeza seems to be set. Stromberg keeps it in, and the Czechs now bring it out. Rusinski along the boards, gets a rough ride, gets rid of it. Dolezal went in after it. Hammerleck back on the D, waiting for that pass to come his way. Veranek. Hammerleck. Rink-wide pass, and the Czechs throwing the puck around with confidence. Deflected into the corner. Stromberg goes in for the Finns, but that's cleared out of the zone as the Czechs go for another change out there. In neutralized territory, the Czechs now going for a change. Hämäläinen back deep. Hämäläinen has Stromberg up on the wing. Stromberg, 3.5 minutes remaining on the period, and what a period it's been. We've seen 4 goals, 3 of them for the Czechs, 1 for the Finns. Stromberg smashes that back into the zone and goes off the ice. Holland puts it up on the right wing. Janecki, Kuchera, Curry. Curry for Finland. Curry with a burst of speed, putting it up on the wing to 14. Helminen. Helminen is taken out of the plate. Holland is back hard, and Kadlec gets it for the Czech Republic. Kadlec with a burst of speed. Still the big defenseman, eventually grabbed from behind. Play continues as that's thrown up onto the wing to Helminen. Helminen and Holland go at each other as that's batted away. Holland gets the puck. Shot along the boards. Jutala elects to go into the corner. Helminen behind the net, or behind the The player, Peltonen, calls for it, doesn't come his way. Helmanen now has it. A one-timer, Curry let it ride, and Breeza lost sight of that for a minute. Helmanen goes in quickly, but the Czechs shoot it down the ice, and a clever thing to do, take the pressure off. They were floundering back there.
It's exactly the right thing to do. Take the pressure off in a big way. Get a change. Let's reorganize. Let Breeza go for a little skate. The shot that Curry just let go appeared to give Breeza some trouble. He might still have a little bit of cobweb problem there after taking 2 shots in the head with the net coming down on him and then ending up on top of him. This change will be very important for the Czechs just to settle things down again.
Well, that infraction, that wasn't an infraction, wasn't called. The referee letting things go out there, and it's good to see because we're seeing some great hockey. Palo tipped it over. Verta wants it on the right wing and gets it. Verta, the big defenseman, throws it through. Ojanen took it over the blue line, but Alatalo was camped on the wrong side of that blue, so we have an offside call.
Finns moving the puck out of the zone very quickly. Kiprasov and Verta getting it up to the forwards. Ojanen in an impossible situation there as he was already over the blue line.
Verta to Kiprasov. Serban. A long clearance up to the blue, and Verta is there to stop it from going further down the ice. Kuchera overskated it. A chance now for Palo. Palo with Ojanen. Ojanen moves in with Palo. Palo still on the puck, and now the Czechs pick it up. Coming up quickly, Dopita lays it off at center. That took a deflection away. Some good stuff by Stromberg. Hamalainen takes a hit but gets rid of the puck. And the big finish forward, Mika Alatalo, drops it back. Varanek camps up in front of Mulish. As that's thrown up into the wing, the players complete their changes. And this pace is really taking its toll on these guys. Less than a minute on the period. Nieminen skates after this, but Mechiar is there to slice it away. Makala drives it into the zone. Hammerlick is back, but so is Mechiar. The Czechs would like to end on a high note out there. Big hit just along the boards. Dolezal comes in to help out. Temperature increasing with every moment as Stromberg makes his way away from the plate.
Mika Stromberg is not shy. He's been involved a few times in the rough stuff. Really knows how to handle himself.
Face-off in neutral ice territory with Koivu getting set. And the Czechs taking their time to get into the circle. Kuchera eventually goes in. Clear it over by Kuchera, the other Kuchera. Jutila fires that into the zone. Goes all the way over the red line, and the seconds tick down on this period. Serban got it out as far as the blue. Janecki being shadowed by Lehtinen. Janecki unable to get it out of the zone. 1 or 2 casual clearances there from the Czechs, and we have another face-off coming up.
Time winding down in the second period. Neither team will want to give up a goal. Such a game of momentum. We've seen excellent end-to-end hockey. The Czechs especially would like to finish it right here and get to the dressing room with a 1-goal lead.
Koivu couldn't break through. The loose puck bobbles back into Finnish territory. Jutila being shadowed by Janecki. High flick up into the lights, and the buzzer goes to end the second period, and what an excellent period it was. The Czechs coming up with 3 goals, the Finns with 1, and it's a 3-2 game right now. The Czechs in the lead. Folks, I'm going to put you on the spot as I always do when I have time to kill here. How do you see this third period going? Can the Finns come back? Can the Czechs maintain the pressure?
I like the Czechs. I think they're playing good hockey, and I think that when push comes to shove, they're the team that can come through in the clutch here. They've got just the right ingredients to pull it off. They've got good goal scorers. Let me throw it back at you, Paul. What do you think? Can the Finns do it in the third period?
Well, they certainly have the personnel, but the addition of Hammerlick, František Kuchera, Rusinski, and Veronik certainly has made a difference for the Czechs. They're a lot more aggressive. I think the forechecking is a lot stronger out there, but don't count out the Finns. They have the firepower. They've got the guys. They just have to get the passes going. They don't look as confident as they did when they started in the Olympics. Boy, they were blowing everybody away. But it's a long competition. I feel the Czechs can hang on to this one, but what does that mean? It probably means the Finns will win it. We're going to take a short break now. We'll be back with more action from Italy in a moment. Welcome back to the third and final period, with the Finns trailing the Czechs 3-2, but as we said a couple of times, this one, Bopes, is far from over.
It's been a great first 40 minutes. One period to play as the buzzer goes. Both teams will make their way out of the dressing room. We're in for a great finish.
Well, Bopes, if you see anyone turning this game around for Finland, who do you think can do it?
Well, I think that a little bit more is going to have to come from the line with Jari Kurri, Makala, and Nieminen. They're supposed to be the three big guns for the Finns, but it's been the Koivu line that's done all the damage. Both the goals coming from the Koivu line, Koivu, Peltonen, and Lehtinen.
Koivu, like Paul Correa of Canada, is one of these guys that everybody says is too small for the National Hockey League, but we've seen some great small players in the past. Theo Fleury, Cliff Roning, Henri Richard, if you want to go back that far. Not a big hockey player, but they certainly can move on the ice. They're difficult to hit, and they don't mind getting hit, and they don't mind hitting themselves. And so don't dismiss when you see a hockey player Koivu's size or Korea's size. Don't dismiss these guys, because they do create a lot of problems. They're difficult to hit. Sometimes when you hit them, they hurt probably more than other people, but they are difficult to hit, and they're difficult to find on the ice because they're so small.
That's right. It's knowing the game and being smart. You don't have to be the biggest, toughest guy out there. You take a guy like Wayne Gretzky. He isn't exactly Arnold Schwarzenegger, but try and hit him. He's like a snake on the ice. Curry's the same way. He's a little bit bigger, but he's one of these shifty type of guys that never really seems to get hit very hard.
I think when we take a look, having said all that, when we take a look at the Canadian and the American defense, you're going to see that these guys are all 6 foot, 6'2", 6'3", and so they're going to be big. But the forwards, as we say, if you're a youngster and you're small, don't stop skating. Just keep playing hockey and keep watching guys like Korea and Koivu. Learn from them that you don't have to be big to play hockey. Mulish gets set, scrapes up the crease, and we're going to get ready for what we hope is going to be a fantastic third and final period. The Finns are here in their numbers. The Czech Republic is well supported. The Swedes are also in the crowd, as the Norwegians are too. And it's a carnival atmosphere right from day one. It's been great. The teams now coming together for this third and final period. And every team wants to make a good early impression, and every team wants to end up in the final four of their group. If you've just joined us, there are 12 teams in the competition, 6 in Group A, 6 in Group B, and only the top 4 in each group will go on to play in the playoffs. A loose puck, shot by Makala, rebounds off the plexi, picked up now by Dolezal. A rink-wide pass. Janecki, good moves, get away from Makala by Dolezal, but he ran into too many white shirts out there, and the Finns back on the attack. 2-on-2 situation coming in. The shot. Breeze is there. Nieminen this time with Curry cruising, looking for the rebound. Breeze smothers that one.
Very quickly, the Nieminen line trying to get things going for the Finns. That was actually my call between the periods, Paul, that line is going to have to generate some offense.
But out now is the line that has generated all the offense, or at least most of it. Koivu at center, Lehtinen and Peltonen back to the blue. The wrist shot comes in into the corner. Peltonen spun around. Surson had a hook on him. Checks back on the attack. Dopita breaks into center ice, lays it off onto the left wing. The shot, Mulish got a piece of that. Koivu was back deep. A little tip on the boards, doesn't make it to the blue line. Berta nicely up, and here come the Finns. Koivu breaks into the corner. Koivu working with Lehtinen. Koivu and Lehtinen. Kastak is deep. Big hit there from Dopita. A little help as Kuchera goes in. A chance now for the shot. High again. And a couple of good opportunities with the shots towards the Czech net. Have really missed it completely. Kuchera muscling, but he doesn't win that one. Lehtinen goes after this. A big chop on Lehtinen. The puck kept in by Laukkanen. Right in front, Koivu takes the shot. Serban is there now. Over to the far side, and both teams want to get fresh legs. That's not out of the zone. Right in front. Score! Friese went down, and I want to see that again, but I think he fanned on that. He made the move to go down, and I just think he missed it.
It's the Koivu line again doing all the damage. The Czechs unable to get out of their own zone. Kastak is standing right in front of his own goal. Berta directs the puck to the net. It takes a deflection. It's under Briza. Peltonen is trying to get away from Briza to celebrate. The goal is there, and the Finns have leveled the score.
Kastak got the stick on that, as you said, Bopes, and I thought for a moment that Briza had fanned on it. He didn't get the glove down in time, but either way you look at it, it's a 3-3 game out there. Peltonen was all over the goaltender as he broke in, perhaps creating a little interference. Holland feeds it up and gets the return pass. Passed up onto the wing for Kuchera. That goes all the way down the ice, and we have a brand new game out there. Earlier on today, the Swedes and the Norwegians tied at 3. That happened late in the game when the Norwegians came back in the dying seconds. This is early on in the third period, so it leaves a lot for both teams to play for.
Coach Alinka taking a good long look down the bench. Wants to keep the guys pumped up. The Finns have got what they want. They've come out hard at the start of this third period. They've now tied the score. Still a long way from over.
Almost a break there, but Laukkanen gets back in a hurry. Laukkanen shoots it off the plexi. That goes off a Kuchera stick. Ojanen just pops it into the zone. Kuchera happy just to golf it out, and the Finns go into their own zone, pick it up with Laukkanen back deep. Laukkanen flips it off the boards, and the Finns now try to get it out as they break quickly with Alatalo. Coming up to the blue line, one too many red shirts there. Janicki clears it away. Ojanen gets it up. The shot by Paolo is a weak one. Briza just gloves that and forces the face-off.
Finns still coming out blazing. Every shift, every line that comes over the bench onto the ice is really coming forward. The Czechs defensively are starting to back in a little bit. Briza is going to be yelling and screaming about that before long.
Neiman and Makla and Curry go out on the ice, and Kiprasov moves up for the face-off. That comes over to Curry. Curry lost it for a moment, so did Makla over to the far side. And the Czechs now picking up position with Surson. Surson a little give and go. Dopita, a rink-wide pass, ends up out of the zone. It's cleared in by Kuchera. František Kuchera it is. Yuri Kuchera out there wearing number 14. Kastak being chased into the corner by Nieminen. Curry breaks up center. Long pass up to Surson. He can't grab that one down. Kiprasov into neutral ice territory up on the wing now, and Nieminen with Serban right in front. Briza stays on his feet. Surson collects it and throws it up on the wing, goes for a change. Curry gets back in a hurry and gives it to Stromberg. Stromberg finds an opening right up center, but that doesn't work for the Finns. Curry has to get back again to bang it out of the zone. Hammerlick being chased and hit by Alatalo, or Koivu rather. Hämäläinen controls a bouncing puck and just lofts it slowly up along the boards. That goes all the way down the ice. Roman Hammerlick is back for it, puts it up onto the wing. Some good hits from the Finns as they pick up their game. And the Czechs now in trouble, dump it down the ice.
The Czechs are really struggling with this Koivu line. Peltonen, Lehtinen getting onto the ice as the Finns had changed on the move. This line is applying so much pressure, they're really finishing off their checks, and they're quick. They're not allowing the Czech Republic to get anything going.
Face off to the right of Brisa as he looks down the ice. Helminen set already. Kuchera, his opposite number, takes a detour. Helminen gets it back. The shot comes in wide of the target. Laukkanen got a piece of it, but wasn't close. Kapanen reaches for that, can't get it. Kuchera coming up with Janecki. Kuchera overskated that. It bobbled, couldn't control it. That could have been a break. Coming down on the wing, Nieminen muscled out of the play right at the blue line. And Kuchera trying to bat that one down. Janecki up there too, and neither one of them can control it. Helminen in the corner, and it looks like from time to time that Nieminen is double shifting out there.
You're right, Paul, he is. He's staying with his regular line, then Helminen's coming off the bench with number 24, Kapanen, and Nieminen staying out there, taking that extra shift. That could take its toll on him.
Along the boards, the Finns into neutralized territory. Kapanen, Kastak to the far side of the rink. Some good forechecking from both teams. That hit the official, slowed it right down. Kastak spins his man around, kicks it back. This could be dangerous. The break coming up. Surson offside is the call. Good call by the officials, but this guy Surson seems to grow in strength, or in confidence too, as this game goes on. He was breaking. Kastak doing a good job in the neutral zone, playing a little football as he kicked that back to set that one up.
Good strategy by both coaches. We just mentioned Nieminen double shifting. Probably the next time out on the ice, it'll be Makala or Curry taking that. They'll alternate. The Czechs are doing the same thing when they throw DePita out on the ice and a couple of extra players. They both want to make sure that they have fresh players out there all the time.
The Finns now, the long shot. Again, it's high. Alatalo got a piece of that. Ojanen goes in behind the goal, calling for it. Kastak tries to get back and does, but Ojanen got a piece of it. Ojanen still mixing it up along the boards. Excellent perseverance from both teams. Surson, good little move against Hämäläinen, right in front. That comes back. The shot is not a shot, more of a pass by Serban over to the far side of the rink, but he might have been better to take the shot. Easy to say from here as Hammerlick goes in hard behind the goal, holding. The stick is the call from the Canadian official, and no time is a good time for a penalty, but with the teams flying the way they are, this is certainly not a good time for a penalty.
Gutsy call by the Canadian referee. It had to be very blatant. Simons hasn't had a lot to do. Both teams have played aggressive, but it's been very clean. Ojanen, the culprit. The Czech Republic with such an important power play now.
Baranek in the face-off circle for the Czech Republic, and Koivu moves up quickly as Makala got the drop. Laukkanen tapped into the corner. Curry goes in hard. Kuchera tries to get it free, and the Czechs can only get it as far as the blue line. That's golfed away. Going back for it, 27, Metjar. Metjar from behind his own net. A power play coming up. Zemlichka, or a power play in effect rather. Zemlichka slides it off, the return pass. Zemlichka puts it in the corner. That comes all the way back to Metjar. Metjar slides it along the boards. Baranek, Zemlichka, back to Baranek. Baranek has that bounce over his stick and it goes out over the blue. Mechiar goes back, gives it to Baranek. Baranek right up the middle. This is good stuff. Go right in on goal. And Stromberg getting back hard on Rusinski. And everyone looks at the official. And play continues out there. Hammerlich slows it down. The Czechs trying to get a change. The Finns getting a change for one or two players. Hammerlich loses control. Lehtinen is on him. Less than a minute on the power play. The Czechs. Janecki up on the wing. Stromberg goes in hard on Dolezal. Stromberg, Dolezal mix it up and that bounces away, and the Czechs folks unable to get the power play moving out here.
The Finns are changing quickly and the Czechs really aren't being allowed to get anything going. The puck isn't bouncing their way right now.
Kadlec out on the ice. Clearance into the corner. Kiprasov goes in, so does Kuchera. These two have met before. Kiprasov won that battle. Helminen takes it over the blue. They'll try to keep it in deep. And Ojanen steps back on the ice. And an excellent job by the Finns of killing that one off. They really have had the better of the play here in the third period, coming out scoring that first goal. Janecki through the red into the blue now. The Czechs move up with Kuchera looking for a change. He's been out there for a while. Bouncing puck along the near side. Ojanen stays out there with Kapanen. Kostak wants it. That comes to Kapanen. Kapanen looking for space. Tries to spin around and take the shot, but that's blocked by Serban. František Kuchera got in the way of that, and back come the Czechs. A 1-on-3 situation. The shot is high, and that goes over the plexi with Dopita going down deep on Nulish.
Good penalty kill by the Finns, and they are looking a little bit fresher right now, a little quicker on the puck, and a little bit more aggressive along the boards. The Czechs are starting to tire. Look earlier as Rusinski was pulled down by Stromberg. Stromberg sliding across, doing the noble thing defensively. No call was made on the play.
Hämäläinen up to Makala. Makala quickly up to the red line. Coming up on the wing now is Curry on the backhand. And that's wide of the target. Nieminen goes in there. Nieminen hit hard. The shot from way back of the blue. Breezes out of his net. And the Czechs now with 3-4 players coming through with Surson. Surson looking for Dopita. And again, a seesaw battle. Makala with Curry. Back to Makala. Makala trying to get it in front for Nieminen, and that's popped over to the far side. Makala with a lot of time to move on the puck. Moves in closer. Not a great pass from him, and the Czechs now going for a change, but bringing it down the ice. Hammerlich spends too much time on the puck and then gets it back, loses it again to Nieminen. Nieminen in turn loses it in neutral ice territory to Zemlichka. A chance for the Czechs. The shot wide of the target as that deflected away, and the Finns now bringing it through. Koivu with a burst of speed on the left side. Koivu moving right in front. The backhander. Breezes there. And that bobbles into the corner with little Koivu making all sorts of moves in the slot area. Lehtinen goes after his man. Hammerlich just shoots that to the far side, and it goes all the way down the ice. And what a game this has turned out to be. End-to-end action, non-stop action, played at an incredible pace. It's physical, but it's fair.
We're not being allowed to relax for a second, and there isn't anybody in the crowd that's relaxing. This is anybody's game.
In a way, I want to see every game like this, but in a way, I don't think we're going to last the pace. We got 2 weeks of this to go, and this is just day one, folks. Stay with us. 3-3 the game, all tied up. Finland and the Czech Republic. Janecki against Helminen. Janecki moves out. Kuchera moves in. Helminen. That bobbles back. Kiprasov just swipes at it, and then that's blocked at the D, and the Czechs unable to, well, it does come out just ever so slightly and put back in. Offside is the call. noise in the background here is deafening. A lot of drums, some bugles, a lot of screaming, shouting, whistling. And as I said, it's only day one. Virta, Helminen, shot all the way in. Curry double shifting out there. Janecki waiting for that to bobble out. It's trapped along the hash marks. Janecki puts the grab on his man, and the Czechs get it out of the zone and come forward. Kuchera, stick handling, unable to get through the D, and the Finns doing a great job with Laukkanen bringing it back up onto the wing. Laukkanen got it to Kapanen. Curry on that familiar backhand punch shoulder approach. And the back pass was not a good one. A chance now for the Czechs. Janecki going in, tries to cram it in the short side. Kapanen was there right out front. And players falling all over the place. This is an incredible pace. Laukkanen let the shot go and Breeze went down. Laukkanen tries to get it out front and he does. Loose puck is picked up by the Czechs, and back on the attack is Surson. Surson now lets the shot ride, and Jutila got a stick in front of that to send it over the plexi. Whoa, what a period. Watch this.
Janecki on the move earlier. Jutila desperately trying to get back into the play. Janecki just simply ran out of room. He finally got a hold of the puck. Mulish had the pads stacked up. There wasn't any place for the puck to go.
Jutila never stopped skating. He stayed on his tail and just hassled them all the way right back to the goal. Nieminen looking like he needs oxygen up there.
He wasn't the one that just double shifted on that one. It was Curry's turn to double shift. It'll be Nieminen up next.
The officials patch up the ice. Helminen gets that away from Delpita, and that comes all the way back to Hämäläinen. Hämäläinen from behind his own goal starts it up on the left side, passes it right up the middle to Koivu. Koivu puts it up on the wing. Alatalo throws it in front, and Surson is there. Surson cleverly intercepts that and brings it back through neutral ice territory. Serban, the big defenseman, takes it over the blue, and offside is the call. With both teams going at quite a pace here in this first game on the first day. First game for these teams here on the first day of the action here on Eurosport. I don't know if I got that right, but I think you know what I mean.
I'm with you.
If you want a translation, send a stamped guest envelope to Eurosport, and we'll run the tape back at some time and get it to you. Zemlichka reached for that. Hammerlick. Baranek fed it over to the left wing, but the big defenseman Kiprusoff puts it right back up to the blue line. That took a deflection off a stick, and the Finns, Ojanen puts it up on the wing. Paolo shoots it back in. Long time for that whistle to come, but eventually it does, and we have another pause in the action here. 3-3 to score. No let up in the pressure on both goals. Both goalies, despite having conceded 3 goals, have been outstanding at times. Breeze, Mulish, nothing to be ashamed of in this one. From the corner, the pass picked off at center by Baranek, and that's dumped all the way into Finnish territory. Paolo puts it behind his goal. Kiprusoff elects to give it up to Virta. Virta tries to find an opening and does on the right side. Paolo muscled out of the play. Hammerlick comes up on the right side now. Hammerlick, the big defenseman, finds an opening. Hammerlick hits the blue line with Baranek. And Zemlichka elects to go deep with that pass. Ojanen now. Ojanen. Going to be an offside on that, with Makala going well and truly over the blue line before Ojanen.
Ojanen really should have just pushed the puck over to the wing. Makala had a head of steam going. A guy that size isn't going to slow up in a hurry, and he was right to the blue line before he even tried to stop.
Nieminen wins the draw, and that comes back Jutila being shadowed by Kuchera. That comes up on the wing. Nieminen and Holland square off in the corner. Kuchera comes back. Curry is there. And that's flipped all the way onto the near side. Janecki. Little pass into Kadlec. Kadlec gets it up on the wing. A chance now for Dolezal. Dolezal finds an opening to get it back right in front. A chance. And Janecki was right there and somehow couldn't bury that one. How did he miss?
Kuchera possibly should have shot that one himself. He had a good opportunity, elected to try and go back to Janecki. It's easy to say when you're not on the ice. Close call, nevertheless.
Two Czechs standing in front of that cage. Let's look at this again. Well, they're going to show us action going the other way. And basically what they just showed us was an offside.
Janecki being dumped away from the play as well.
Penalty on the play. And the Finns will have to kill off a 2-minute penalty. Is this the opportunity that the Czechs have waited for? The puck pushed along the boards. Laukkanen sits for 2.
Laukkanen really dumping Janecki. Janecki having to pick up his stick and half of his equipment after the play was whistled down.
Koivu. Face-off circle, trying to kick that back, and it goes forward, but the Finns get it and shoot it down the ice. Surson going back deep, along with number 8, František Kuchera. The Czechs with a slow build-up through the neutral zone, up on the wing to Surson. This guy has been flying in this one. Surson backhands it to the far side. Dopita. Kastak. Kastak can't get a stick on that. Now he does. Right in front, the chance, the tip is there to score! Surson with a good delivery. Coming up off the ice is Dopita. And watch this again, power play goal.
Good work by Kastak to keep the puck in at the blue line. He not only kept the puck in, but he very alertly saw Surson all by himself. Surson then in turn saw Dopita all by himself. Coming back into the play is Hämäläinen, but he's too late. All that Dopita had to do is get his stick on the puck, and that's what he did. A power play goal for the Czech Republic.
4-3 the score now. It didn't take them long to pop that power play goal. Laukkanen feeds it back and gets the return pass at the blue line. Hits the red and flips it high into the Czech zone. Off the plexi. The Czechs know now that they got to hang on to this. A big dump on Baranek. Play continues with Verta throwing it back into his own zone. Long shot. Breeze is there. Kapanen goes after his man. Meciak shoots it out of the zone. It goes all the way down the ice with Hämäläinen and Zemlichka going back in a hurry, but icing is the call.
There's still enough time for the Finns to get right back into it. Line changes will be quick. Dopita still getting the high fives on the bench, describing what he did. Well, what he did was just get his stick on the puck and score a goal.
That's all you have to do.
Absolutely right. The man advantage paying off for the Czech Republic. The Finns are up against it again.
Hämäläinen shoots it around the boards, and the Czechs go back to pick it up. That comes all the way out into the circle, and it's cleared quickly down the ice. Hämäläinen again through neutral ice territory, picked up by Paolo. Paolo has Ojanen. Ojanen whistles that around the boards. Paolo is there. Hämäläinen moves into the slot area. Ojanen looking for places to go. Ojanen still on the puck. Tried to get that shot away. It hit a skate. Kuchera puts it up into center ice territory. Dolezal, Janecki, the shot, Mulish is there. Dolezal, Donetski, Kuchera working hard for the Czechs. The Finns changing on the fly, get it up on the wing. The shot coming in from Paolo. That hit escaped from behind the net. Now Nieminen tries to jam it up through. Strongberg raced in, and it's pushed right back into the zone. Curry, Poland is there. Curry going after it. Sursen jumps high to avoid Curry. Curry trying to hang on it. Nieminen moves into the shot. Breeze is there. The rebound. Laukkanen goes back on the D now as Sursen takes it for a ride to the far side of the ring. Good move by Sursen just to get rid of the puck as the Czechs change on the fly. Nieminen comes back. The puck is popped into the front of the net, quickly cleared away. Zemlichka touches the puck and it's a two-line pass. And both teams will complete their changes. What a game this has been.
The key thing is to change at the right time. The Czechs nearly got caught with 4 men going off the ice. Finally, Sursen was able to dump the puck deep enough into the neutral territory that it didn't cost the Czechs, but they're going to have to be careful.
Ivan Linka continues to talk to his players on the bench, as you would expect. Koivu up against Dolezal. Up to the far side. Peltonen raced in, heading for the corner, but Hammerlick got it out of the zone. Hämäläinen circles or tries to circle back in the corner and gives it to Virta. Virta. Koivu was the intended receiver on that. Some good stuff as Baranek got back. And the Czechs are skating well out there. Hämäläinen will have to go into the corner quickly. Zemlichka wants to freeze this against the boards and kill off a couple of more seconds of this period.
The Finns want the face-off outside of the zone, saying that Zemlichka really didn't try and play the puck.
He's not related to me.
What, the bunny rabbit?
Both teams taking their time to make these changes, and you can understand why. This is the first game of the competition for them, and they really have played this one at quite an incredible pace. This is live on Eurosport. Czech 4, Finland 3. I've enjoyed it.
Finns have come back from 2-1 down and 3-2 down. They're now going to have to try it again.
Laukkanen from the face-off. A little move just inside the blue line doesn't work, and the Finns will do it again. Helminen drops it back to Laukkanen. And the Finns breaking over the line. Helminen going in quickly. Helminen bops that. It took a deflection. It goes up, and Breeza grabs that and forces another face-off.
Breeza will take a little bit of extra time adjusting his equipment once again, something the goaltenders like to do, just to give their boys a little extra rest coming off the bench.
Face-off deep in Czech territory, and every face-off is important, but this one in particular, as it comes back, Curry got it through, a deflection away. Some good stuff by Rusinski as he slid across in front of the shot.
Jutila trying to help the linesman sort out where the face-off should actually be. It'll be just inside the blue line, the point at which the puck was deflected by Rusinski up into the crowd.
Goaltenders really take heart from that, eh, Bopes? When a forward gets in front of a shot from a defenseman, it's usually common practice for a defenseman to get in front, but when a forward does it well, it's even more heartening. Less than 2 minutes on the clock. Sursen fans on the shot. Another shot comes in, and Mulish made a great glove hand save. Couldn't hang on to it, but the Finns come up with a puck. Coming back on the attack now. Time running out as Makala goes over the blue. looking for Curry. That doesn't work. Over to the far side, still kept in the zone. Nieminen and Makela behind the goal. Nieminen kicks it onto his stick. Curry is positioned right out front. Again, it only goes as far as the blue line. Jutila with a lot of time. Lets the shot go. 3 checks out of the blue line. This could be dangerous. Coming back on the attack. Jutila can't catch him. The backhand, a good save by Mulish. Some excellent stuff from Jarmo Mulish in the dying stages of this game to keep the Finns in the game.
Once again, it was Rusinski at the blue line getting a piece of the shot. That let Zemlichka go all the way down the ice untouched.
Hammerlick is hammered into the boards, but he gets the clearance away, but it's still in the zone. The Finns continue to apply the pressure, and the whistle blows with a check down on the ice.
Well, when you said hammered, Paul, you weren't kidding. Hammerlick really took a shot. He's in a considerable amount of pain right now. Hammerlick going into the boards, turns his back on the play just long enough to take a heavy shot. His leg appears to really get twisted up in the play. That looks serious, I'm sorry to say.
It was more awkward than hard. I think it was hard, yes, but it really didn't. His right leg really went in there at an awkward angle. That's what I'm trying to say. And he's favoring that right leg, and he's in pain, as you said, Bobs.
Your leg and your knee are just not meant to bend that way. That was not good to see.
Hammerlick has spent a lot of time out on the ice. Ivan Linka, the coach for the Czech Republic, has used him on numerous occasions, and this is the last thing that the Czechs want to see. His left arm also looks to be in pain. Let's watch this again, see if we can pick up exactly what happened.
Just went into the boards at a totally awkward position. His arm, his leg, everything favoring his leg. Poor guy doesn't know what's wrong with him right now. He's got one arm that's in. They just threw that up over the shoulder, the player trying to help him off. His leg has definitely taken some kind of damage, and that's not good for the 20-year-old kid. And if you're a Tampa Bay Lightning fan and you're watching the World Championship games, you're not going to like to see this guy going off the ice like that. We'll have to check and see how serious the injury is.
We are still live, still with this Czech-Finland game. It's still 4-3 with the Czechs just hanging on to that lead. It's been up and down. The Czechs were trailing at one point when the Finns got a goal in the first period by Peltonen, and it's been the Czechs in the lead ever since then. And you can see what's happened. Mulish has come out of his cage. 6 attackers for the Finns. They're all over the blue line. Helminen gets it back. A chance for the shot. Waited too long. And Dopita got the stick on it. And Briza is saying, let's take it out of the zone. Let's take it out of the zone. The flipping of the picture means that we have moved to the handheld camera. And you can see the kind of pain that Hammerlick is in. He doesn't want them to move any further. He's going down to the dressing room, to the first aid room. The face-off stays in the zone. Helminen stays there. Dopita is called on to make the face-off for the Czechs. The goal is wide open. Everyone for Finland is over that line. Ojanen reaches for it. Loose puck right in front. Loose puck goes right beside the far corner. And the Finns continue to apply the pressure. Curry rides a little interference out there. The shot doesn't come in. Loose puck is score! Tie game! What pressure from the Finns. They gambled. They took off their goalie. They kept the puck in the zone. Let's watch this again.
It all started with Jari Kurri picking around the side of the goal, allowing the Finnish player to come out and have the room to pick somebody open. The puck is moved back to the point. It's directed at the net. There's all kinds of traffic in front of Briza, and the Finns have tied the score.
Berta directed that towards the net. Koivu was out there. Curry was doing a good job. Makala. Curry has been given credit for the goal.
He started it and he finished it. It was Curry's pick that allowed the Finns to get the pass off to the guy that was open, and then Curry very alertly just turned around and went right back to the front of the goal. Got a touch on the puck, and the score is all level.
Big gamble to take off your goalie, but it paid off. Flipped into the corner. Peltonen goes in a hurry. 18 seconds now left on the game as it's flipped high out of the zone. The Czechs trying to get back into it. Kuchera took a swipe at that. Kuchera on the D took a swipe at that too. Two Kucheras out on the ice now for the Czechs. Long shot. Mulish out of his net for a moment. And that's the end of the game, and what a finish. A goal by Curry with a little over 20 seconds remaining on the final period that levels the score. So we've had two excellent hockey games on Eurosport. Norway doing the same thing against the Swedes to level at 3-3 earlier on. And now the Finns come back against the Czechs to level at 4-4. So both teams pick up a point in their first games of this competition.
A very hard-fought point for each team. Very classy effort by both clubs.
Well, they certainly let the rest of this group know that they mean business, and they want to be contenders for gold, silver, and bronze. They want to be in the Final Four, and they, as I've said, let everybody know. Bobs, it's a tough one, I know, but I'll put you on the spot for Finland. Most valuable player, man of the match, as they say in England, just to annoy you.
Say what you want, I'm going to go with Koivu, number 11. The kid played really well. He made a lot of things happen, both on and off the puck.
And for the Czech Republic,
number 24, Rusinski, played outstanding hockey, had a lot of chances, and once again, it was his hard work that created opportunities for the Czech Republic.
I like the way Sursen played, number 17 for the Czech Republic. Boy, he was flying, and he set up that last goal. He certainly did look impressive, and as I said, he gets stronger and stronger every time I see him. Well, they're presenting the awards out on the ice now as the mascot Slappy goes through his paces down in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And the Finns, are they still medal contenders? Yeah, I'd say so. Boy, they look good. The Czechs, what can you say when you've got two great teams on the ice?
Both goaltenders played well. It was good offense, pretty decent defense by both teams. A lot of pressure being applied at each net. Paul, I haven't heard your player of the game yet from Finland. If I missed that one, I'm sorry.
I haven't said it. Geez, I'm going to look back, and I'm going to go with Alatalo. It's difficult when you're doing play-by-play to pick a. I'm not trying to duck out of this one, but sometimes when I do games in England, they ask me to do the man of the match, and when you're doing play-by-play, you get so caught up in what's happening, who's got what, that you don't really know. But I know Alatalo played a good, strong forechecking game for the Finns, and I think he's a good one to pick. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. He's a good hard worker. And a note on the other hand, I do hope that number 7, Roman Hammerlek, isn't seriously injured. I do hope we see more of this guy throughout the games. He's definitely a loss to the Czech Republic as he went limping off the ice with what appeared to be a fairly serious leg injury.
And the addition of Hammerlek, František Kuchera, Martin Rusinski, and Josef Baranek certainly has made a difference to this Czech team. They were strong in the Olympics. They played some excellent hockey, just knocked out of the final medal round, but they look to be super strong on this occasion. Before the competition started, we knew that your man of the match is Rusinski. We knew that the Finns would be tough. Basically the same team they had in the Olympics, with the addition now of Curry, and they are a force to be dealt with. Rusinski goes out there to pick up his medallion. And the Finns cheer as little Koivu. Boy, you were close on both those calls, weren't you?
Absolutely. Spot on, Mr. Ferguson.
Good call, Bopes. Koivu and Rosinski, the men of the match, as the teams shake hands. A hard game, a physical game, a fast game for the first game for each team. And I think at the end, the 4-4 result is a fair result.
It's not going to get any easier for the Finns, as their next game will be against Sweden. That's going to be a battle. The Czechs are going to go up against the French in their next game.
Well, other games being played today, the Italians against the Canadians, the Austrians tonight take on the Germans, and the French against the Americans. I'll put you on the spot. Germany, Austria, quickly.
I'll go with Germany.
And France against USA.
I'm going to go with the U.S., but that's going to be a battle. Both teams always play it tight against each other.
We're going to see the Germans, and we're also going to see the Americans. The Germans with a different squad, the Americans with a different squad from what you've seen before. We're going to take a break now. Join us later on this evening. Bye for now.